Hey friends, Shay here. Part of my non-makeup face. I really irritated my eye yesterday, so I just don't want to do anything to further irritate it. So if it looks a little dark and shady over here, it's because it was irritated. But yes, anyways, it is time to film a haul. I haven't done any sort of book or manga haul in months, so this is months of accumulation. So please keep that in mind. And that I do work at Barnes & Noble and I get that pretty employee discount. So I am spending a lot less than it looks like. And I also got some of these books as early ARCs because of my job. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to go ahead and start with the manga, then we'll do a graphic novel transition, then we'll go into the novels. So let's go ahead and just dive right in. So first up here, I have volume 2 of In the Name of the Mermaid Princess. I really loved volume 1, so I'm very much looking forward to more of this series. I really think it's very sweet. We have a princess who's a mermaid who has to hide she's a mermaid. Someone from the neighboring kingdom just tells her to embrace who she is because who she is isn't bad. And I just love the direction and the trajectory of this. So I'm very excited for the second installment. Next, I believe this is a replacement copy because I swear I've bought volume 11, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and I want to finish the series soon because I have 10 and I have 12, but my 11 was missing in action somewhere. So either I accidentally donated it somewhere, which is very much a possibility, or I just didn't ever actually pick it up thinking I'd pick it up when I picked up 12. So either way, I think this is a replacement copy, but I have volume 11 so that I can finish the series. Next, I did pick up Mint Chocolate volume 10. This is a high school romance that I really enjoy between two step-siblings who, had feelings for each other before they knew they were step-siblings. So it's very cute. And again, they're in their late teens when they become step-siblings, so it's less icky to me than if they had become step-siblings when they were little, between the ages of 5 and 10 and then growing up together. But basically they're just living in the same house because that's where their parents are. Next, I have Sakura Saku volume 3. This one is an interesting one. I do like Iosaki Sakura for the most part. I can't say this one is a new favorite. It's not going to overtake Love Me, Love Me Not for me. But I'm still enjoying it, so I'm still going to keep going a little while longer with it. Then we have Like a Butterfly Volume 6 by Sue Morishita. I'm a couple volumes behind on this one, but I have been slowly collecting them, so I'm very excited to keep going. Then I have Stray Cat and Wolf Volume 3. I picked up Volume 2 when I was out in Tennessee, so I'm very excited to have Volume 3. So I've got a couple of volumes banked that I can read and just enjoy when I'm feeling it. Next, I have Tamon's B-Side Volume 2. I bought Volume 1 a long time ago, finally got around to reading it during 30 and 30, really enjoyed it, and decided to pick up the next volume. You'll see another volume of that one. I don't know if I've picked up Volume 3 somewhere along the way. I don't think I have, but I do have Volume 4, so you'll see that in a minute. Quick throwing in of a light novel here, and that is Once Upon a Witch's Death by Saka. This is one that I was just very intrigued by the whole concept of. I'm just going to read you the first couple lines of the description here. On Meg's 17th birthday, she learns that she only has 1 year left to live. Her mentor, the eternal witch Faust, explains that she is cursed and the only way to save her is to grow a seed of life using 1,000 tears of joy. The whole concept of this is just heartwarming, and it's going to be emotional, and it's not multiple volumes. This is the entirety of the story, so I'm very much looking forward to it. Next, I have Kaiju number 8, volume 10. I don't remember which volumes I have and which ones I don't, so I just picked up the most recent one, and then once I do inventory of everything, there's a project coming for that. We'll talk more at the end of this video about that. Yes, wanted to make sure I had the most recent volume because I could always read on the Shonen Jump app to fill in the gaps, but I need to do a more solid inventory so I know what I have and what I don't. A long anticipated volume for me, which is Birds of Shangri-La volume 3. I've been waiting for this volume for so long. I am so excited it's finally here. My friends who have already read it have really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping I can prioritize it here soon. Next, I have Crossplay Love Volume 8. I'm still really enjoying this, fun, quirky romance comedy situation, and I'm really excited to continue on with this one. And then I've got a couple volumes of The King's Beast. I've got Volume 12 and Volume 13 here. I feel like I have other volumes that I haven't read yet, but again, need to do inventory before I buy more. A couple of new series that I picked up recently are Let's Do It Already and my love story with Yamada-Kun at level 999. I've heard really fun things about both of these, and I think they're going to be a similar vibe. So if you want me to kind of theme a vlog or a video around reading some of my new romance-based things, let me know. I'd be happy to do it. And then I've got volume 4, If I'm a Wolf But My Boss Is a Sheep, and I continue to love this series. It's so cute, and I'm really excited for volume 4. And then I did pick up Cheeky Brat volume 10. Again, I'm not sure. I know I've read through 8, but I don't remember if I'd purchased 9 already. My gut says yes, but I can't remember for sure. So again, need to do inventory. Do inventory, Shay. We're going to make a video out of it. That's how it's going to happen. And then there's Tamon's B-Side volume 4. I don't remember if I have 3 already, so we will figure that out. And then I did pick up Marriage Talks in volume 3. I read volume 2 recently and still really love and adore the series. Basically, he is a poison master, and this is his journey to finding love and someone to get married to. And it's hilarious and fun. It's definitely got that shonen style of comedy. So if you're not into that, that's totally fine, but I'm really enjoying it. And then a couple of really sweet sequels, like other volumes and series. I've got Hi, I'm a Witch and My Crush Wants Me to Make a Love Potion volume 4. I really like the trajectory of this one after volume 3, so I'm very excited to see where it goes. And then, of course, y'all know I love The Dragon Knight's Beloved. This is volume 7. I have read everything up to this point, so I'm very excited to continue. Next, we have My Androgynous Boyfriend volume 4. As soon as I picked this up at work, I immediately read it and really enjoy it. This is just a very sweet slice of life about a couple. He is androgynous. She is his biggest fan, and I love them. I just love them. Another one that I read immediately was Outbride Volume 5. I really loved this. This is one that I feel like gets better with each volume. I enjoy it more with each volume, so I'm very excited to see where this story ends up. It starts really rough for me, but I feel like as time goes on, it gets a lot better. So I really enjoyed this one. Another one I'm anticipating reading soon is Sign of Affection Volume 8 by Sumo Ishida. Y'all know I love this series. Y'all know I love these two so very much, so I'm very excited for them. Sneaking in another light novel here. I do have a light novel of The Apothecary Diaries. I love the manga. I love the anime. I want to read the light novel. I'm double dipping. It's happening. Next one that I hope to read soon is the final volume of Galaxy Next Door. This is a really sweet series. It's by the same creator as Sweetness and Lightning, which is another one I really love. And I'm really excited to see this one wrap up. I've really enjoyed it. It starts off with a few tropes that definitely aren't going to work for everybody, but I feel like it really grows into its own very sweet dynamic, and I really enjoy it. Another final volume that we've got here is I Want to Be a Wall Volume 4. I believe this is the final volume. But anyways, we have an asexual heroine, and her husband is actually in love with his best friend, and she ships them together, and so she's basically just like his best friend and the person he's married to, kind of his beard, you could say. And I love them. Like, their marriage is very sweet because it's truly based on their friendship, and I really enjoy it for that. What's Wrong with Secretary Kim Volume 4? I'm obsessed with them. I refuse to watch the K-drama until I've read it all, so stop asking me to watch it. I know y'all are like, you need to watch it. I'm like, I will, but I want to read it all first because I don't want it to cloud what's going on as I read it, and I don't want to accidentally get ahead and spoil myself. So once it's all out and I've read it all, we'll watch it, I promise. Another sweet pair is The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl. I'm obsessed with them, really excited to read about more for them. Another series I love is Cherry Magic. I've got volume 11 here, and they are just so sweet. I recently read 8 through 10, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. And then I have How I Met My Soulmate Volume 3. Again, another series I'm really enjoying. I'm also liking that they're a little bit older and in college, and it just adds to a different dynamic. Kind of like A Sign of Affection is a little bit different, but kind of has some of the vibes of other series that I love. They're just aged up, and I like that. So very excited to see where this one goes. And then I did pick up Tokyo Babylon Volume 3. I know I have Volume 2 sitting around here and I just haven't read it yet. You know me and Clamp. I love Clamp, so we're just collecting as we go. An older series that I've been loving that I finally ordered some volumes for I've got 5 and 6 right here. I do have 7 upstairs already. I'm just not going to go get it because I am too tired and cannot be bothered. But this is a series I recently read the first 4 volumes of that I bought when I was out in Tennessee, not this January, but the January before I finally got around to reading it. I'm really loving it, so I'm just tracking down the volumes as I find them. Another light novel sneak in here is The Ballad of Sword and Wine. This is another Dawn May Chinese light novel situation, and Lindsay and I took a break in June from our Dawn May buddy reading, so I'm very excited to read this one and read some more with Lindsay because I've missed our buddy reads. All right. After We Gazed at the Starry Sky, Volume 2. Absolutely love very much. And then I recently caught up on Insomniacs After School. I read volumes 2 through 4 recently, so I picked up 5 and 6. So very much looking forward to continuing these 2 teens' stories. Being a little bit insomniac myself, I just really look forward to that. And then I have Friday at the Atelier, Volume 1. I don't know too much about this other than when it was initially pitched, I was obsessed. So as soon as I saw it, I grabbed it and didn't think too hard about it. And it's sealed, so I can't just like sit in the bookstore and read it. I'm going to read you the back on this one. Emiko Tamaki is a female office worker who's exhausted with life, but when she goes to someone collapsed on the street, she's surprised by his sudden request to model for him. The man turns out to be a renowned artist, Shunzi Ishihara, and he wants her nude and covered in fish. It's not the most normal way to get to know someone, but it might be the start of something beautiful, or at least unpredictable. Yep, that's why. It's the fish thing. I'm like, what? Fish? I am confusion. So, and there's fish all over the cover. So I should have put that together. But yes, I will tell you my thoughts once I read this, I promise. Maybe I'll put it in that vlog with the other romances from earlier, if you're interested. We all knew I had to pick up the most recent volume of Witch Hat Atelier, which is volume 12. I am obsessed with this Eisner winning series. It is so good. One of the best political fantasies out there right now. And the art style is absolutely stunning. So yes, highly recommend for any manga reader. And then we have My Senpai is Annoying Volume 11, which I have read, really loved. And then I do have a Business Proposal Volume 5. I do have Volume 4 upstairs already. And I really, really love this series. I'm obsessed with them. It's so good. And then I have a couple more Mermaid mangas. So I have Mermaid Prince, which is the complete story. And then I have A Sinner of the Deep Sea, Volume 1. Mermaid manga seems to be having a bit of a resurgence. So if you want a video about my thoughts about the Mermaid mangas that I've read, let me know. I would be happy to do it. Alrighty, I have 2 graphic novels here. So obviously I have the most recent edition of Lore Olympus. I love this. I've been reading it all digitally since it came out. So of course I'm going to support the physical releases. And of course I'm going to get the Barnes & Noble exclusive editions because they tend to have the best covers and they're the most consistent on my shelf. So love this, love them. And then I did pick up Saga Volume 1. This is one that everybody and their dog has been telling me to read for years. And I've finally purchased a copy. If you want a vlog dedicated to my Saga journey, let me know. All right, now we are on to the books. So this is mostly not a romance haul, which is unique for me. But lately I've been checking them out from the library or just reading them immediately when I pick them up. So one that I got as an arc from work was Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I have read this. I have talked about it on the channel. I'll link the video where I talk about it. Next, I have 3 books by the same author. So the first one is The Rest of the Story by Tal Bauer. This was my first Tal Bauer book. You will get that in the next Amazing Readathon vlog. And just know that I'm obsessed. This is a 6-star book for me, which is why I purchased my own copy because I'd read a traveling copy for a friend. And now I need to annotate my own before I send it on. And then the other 2 that I got by Tal Bauer are Gravity, which is in the same world as The Rest of the Story, and You and Me, which is like a single dad romance, which y'all know I love single parent romances. So this is kind of a given for me. Next up here, I have The Whisperwicks, Labyrinth of Lost and Found by Jordan Lees. This is a middle grade portal fantasy. This was the monthly pick for the month of June. I was hoping to read it in June. It didn't quite work out with the prompts that I was given, but either way, I do want to read it. I did get the cute copy with the purple sprayed edges. Those don't exist anymore right now. So very much love that I have one of those. And then I did pick up The Wren in the Holly Library. It was too pretty for me to not. and the concept of it sounds very interesting to me. So in this one, can you love the dark when you know what it hides? I mean, I don't need to hear much more than that. It does have beautiful end pages and just gorgeousness all around on this first printing edition. So yes, very much excited to read this. And then I've got 4 like reviewer copies that were sent to work for middle grade books. If you are unfamiliar, I have recently taken over the children's department in my store. I've talked about this in a few videos, so if you haven't heard it yet, hi, welcome. But yeah, so I've got a few of those. So I have When Sea Becomes Sky by Gillian McDunn. I know pretty much nothing about these, by the way. The Secret Language of Birds, which I've been seeing do fairly well in our store, so I'm very excited about that. Bridge to Bat City by Ernest Cline. I've read Ready Player One, so I'm really interested to see what they're doing in a middle grade space. And then Louder Than Hunger, which I do know deals with a child with an eating disorder. So I am very intrigued, and it's all written in prose, so it should go fairly quick. And then last but not least, I did go on a little shopping trip the last time I hung out with Ashlynn and Ian. These are a couple of other booktubers that live locally to me, and we met up and we hung out, and these are the books that I bought when I was with them. So first up, I have The Whalebone Theater by Joanna Quinn. This is one that's been on my radar for a minute. One blustery night in 1928, a whale washes up on the shores of the English Channel. By law, it belongs to the king, but 12-year-old orphan Christabel Seagrave has other plans. Like, I don't need to hear much else than that. Like, it's very much intriguing. Historical fiction, very excited. Next, I finally picked up a copy of A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. This is one that consistently sells well in our bookstore. And I feel like as a person who really enjoys historical fiction, it's about time I finally read it. So here we are, we're gonna read it. And then I have Strange Weather in Tokyo by Hiromi Kawakami. This is one that's been on my radar for a long time, but there just hasn't been a physical copy in my store in a long time. And so one finally came in, so I picked it up. And then another historical fiction that I picked up was The Medicine Woman of Galveston by Amanda Skendenor. I think it's how you say that last name. I'm sorry if I butchered that. This, I'm just going to read you the blurb at the top. A powerful, heart-wrenching novel that immerses readers in its Galveston, Texas setting, where a woman doctor who has taken refuge in a traveling medicine show battles to survive and to save others during the Great Hurricane of 1900, the nation's worst natural disaster to date. So, very excited. I mean, I love smart women in historical fiction, so this is right up my alley. So I know I went through everything fairly quick. I hope you can forgive me for that. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Let me know if there's any specific ideas for videos that you want to see from me down below. The reason why I'm talking about that is I'm not loving the content that I've been making recently. I don't know if y'all can tell. That's part of why I've slowed down a little bit, because I'm trying to kind of figure out what's working for me and what's not. So I'm going to kind of explore that more in July. So if you have anything specifically that you love that I do or that you'd love to see me do, let me know in the comments down below. And if you're here just because you love me and you love what I do anyway, leave me a mermaid emoji for the mermaid mangas that I picked up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.